Coach, it seems like in this hockey game, the forecheck of this Denver Pioneer team has kept you guys trapped in your own end. How do you combat that in the next two periods?
I don't think it's not zone time that we're giving up. It's everything off the rush. They're getting everything off the rush again, and so it's again their D beating our forwards up the ice, and it's just back check effort and habits and detail, and we have to commit to not getting beat up the ice. It's that simple.
Coach, you've also talked about that this team is a very good defensive hockey team, which has limited your team's ability to set up in the offensive end. How do you get that going for your hockey team?
Just more pucks at net, and more pucks and bodies at the net, and we don't need. It doesn't have to always be pretty. We'll take an ugly one here to get back in it.
The Sun Devils have a little bit of work to do to go into the second period. We'll send it back up to you guys.
Welcome back to Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona. The Denver Pioneers lead the Arizona State Sun Devils 2-0 after one frame of play. Zach Keenan here with me, Matt Venezia, just taking you over some of these highlights of the first period where the Pioneers have a 2-goal lead on ASU. And Matt, it seems like this has all started from the forecheck. Denver has suffocated ASU inside the neutral zone tonight.
I mean, this is something that the Sun Devils knew going into this contest, where ASU needed to find a way to combat this aggressive forecheck led by their top line. I mean, Gutman, Savoy, and Brink have been all over the ice here tonight, and the Sun Devils spent the majority of that period in their own third of the ice, forcing Cole Brady to really – it could have been a lot worse than 2-0, Zach, and that's the biggest notable thing, that the Sun Devils now have to find a way to not only get past the midline, but they're having a tough time even just leaving their own end of the ice.
Gutman and Rizzo, the current goal scorers for the Pioneers. On ASU's side, what have you seen from the Sun Devils offensively?
Not too much. Just a few chances. Josh Stone rang the crossbar early on, and then a chance up front on the really – they had one power play, and it didn't look all that great until the close chance in front. But once again, Magnus Krona just standing on his head. He did great yesterday with 31 saves, and he's starting to replicate that a little bit here so far.
So far, Krona has 10 saves on the evening. Has 7 saves this evening on all 7 shots from ASU. But on the other side of the ice, 200 feet, is Cole Brady, the sophomore draft pick by the New Jersey Devils. He's got 10 saves so far on 12 shots. You think Brady's had an all right night so far?
I think so. You can't look at it like it's a 2-0 deficit and that the goaltender gave up 2 goals. They were both on the rush and quality chances that Denver turned into. So the Sun Devils really have had Cole. He's been the best player on the ice for this team. Like I said earlier, it could be a lot bigger of a deficit for ASU. Number 34 is the reason it's only 2.
Sun Devils trail the Pioneers 2-0 at the end of 1. We'll be back in just a couple moments with period number 2. You're listening, Pac-12 Insider.
Coach, your team caught up in the shot category here against Denver. What was the result of that in that second period compared to the first?
I just thought the opportunities presented itself. We did a much better job of managing the puck, getting in behind their D and then getting in on the forecheck, and just a couple second, third efforts got us those opportunities.
Now, that late power play that your team just got was negated by a unsportsmanlike by Sean Doogie, but prior to that power play, your team set up and looked a lot better than we've seen them on the power play. It just seems like we're waiting on that goal to finally come. What's been the key to trying to get that goal to come by?
I just think the guys are doing a good job of executing on that last one. Just a little more poise and not forcing things, and eventually the other team will break down if you do that.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your time. The Sun Devils trailing by 3. More work to do in the next set of 20 minutes. Back to you guys.
After 2 periods of play, the Denver Pioneers lead the Arizona State Sun Devils 3-0 at Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona. Zach Keenan with me, Matt Venezia. Matt, I'll speak for myself, but it seemed like ASU was a whole lot better in 5-on-5 play this past period.
Well, we talked about how they were trapped in their own end and had difficulty moving the puck out, and the majority of the hockey game in that first period was in the Sun Devils' third of the ice. How did they respond? Cleaner breakouts. The top line was able to get the puck deep in behind the zone, and the Sun Devils took advantage of that, and they caught up in the shot category, as you see ASU currently leading the Pioneers by a handful of shots, and that's basically why the Sun Devils were able to look a lot better in that second period.
Sun Devils will begin they'll begin on a 4-on-4, and then after 26 seconds expire, then we'll move to a penalty kill for ASU. Sean Doogie was assessed a 2-minute minor unsportsmanlike conduct, but Chris Grando at the end of the period after the puck was out of play was assessed a 10-minute misconduct. So he'll be able to come back, but implications, it sounds like.
Absolutely, and the Sun Devils, again, that's just emotions. There's some chirping going on after the whistle, and for Sean's goal, his penalty, the Sun Devils were on the power play, and it kind of got negated because there was a bad whistle from the officials. The puck was still in the paint, and they were a little upset about that, and that was why he got thrown out and into the penalty box. But prior to that penalty, the Sun Devils had their best power play. They're going to need that tonight to get back into this contest.
Matt, what else are you looking for in this final period of play if ASU wants to at least get one goal back?
Well, again, they're going to get it. You got to think you're going to get at least another power play and another goal. The Sun Devils can get back in this game. So, again, they're that close to getting opportunities. The shots are there, but the biggest problem has been Magnus Krona in net. And it just seems like the Sun Devils keep knocking at the door. You got to think one of these